welcome to today's episode of Edible Eric Eats. Today we're going to sous vide some vegetables. Vegetables are a lot less delicate than meats, so you can do them at a higher temperature, at about 181 degrees, so essentially at a simmering temperature. So we're gonna ready our vegetables, and today I'm gonna sous vide some beets for this other salmon dish. I am a huge fan of sous vide vegetables because it allows you to cook them without diluting them by cooking, say, in water like you would blanching and refreshing cauliflower or green beans or something. You can seal these in there and then cook them and retain all of the essence of the vegetable. So you get, not only do you get a pure color on your vegetable, like for carrots, you get a bright orange, a bright vivid orange. Beets retain their color. When you sous vide, you get a more pure flavor of your vegetable. I find it really great for making purees. For instance, making celery root purees. We used to do a puree, a butternut squash puree at the restaurant, and it always came out super fantastic. It always came out like like an amped up version of itself. We peeled our beets. Now we're gonna prep the bags real quick. You always want to fold them over. Now we're just gonna cut these. However you want to cut them is up to you, but you just want to make sure that they're even and uniform. So I'm just gonna do little wedges. All right, we got our beets cut. Now we're gonna season them with just a pinch of salt. You can always add more after they come out. And a little bit of pepper. We're gonna throw them into the bag. Make sure that they're evenly distributed in the two bags. Now we're gonna ready 2 sachets for these, for the vacuum sealing bags. Whenever you're vacuum sealing, unless you're making a puree, you don't want the aromatics or your flavorings to touch. You don't want them to have skin on skin contact. If you put it in there and your thyme's right here, this part, it will have an extremely strong flavor of thyme, whereas the rest might have a slight flavor. So you wrap it up in essentially a modern age sachet. I'm gonna wrap it in food grade plastic. I'm gonna drop those in. Unfold the bag. And now we're gonna move over here to our vacuum sealer. We have our 2 nicely vacuum sealed bags. You can see how tight that is. That's the way it should be. Nice and tight, nice and secure, no punctures. You're gonna heat up your immersion circuit. When it's at the proper temperature, you're just gonna drop them in and let them cook. We're gonna do it about 180, and we're there. So we're gonna drop these in. And we're gonna let these cook for about an hour. The timer went off on our beets. It's gonna be hot, so be careful. But if you take it, and you can squeeze, and ouch, it breaks or it gives, then it's done. So anytime you're sous videing and you're not serving immediately, you can and should, because it's in a plastic bag, take it from the hot water directly into an ice bath. So now we're gonna open it up and finish our preparation with this. So we're gonna open our beets, we're gonna lay them out on our sizzle plate. So you can see, we got a little bit of juice coming off the beets. This would make a really good vinaigrette, or in addition to color your pasta or something like that. As you can see, they are tender and they just taste of pure beet. It's an intense beet flavor that you get because you're not diluting it with anything else. You get a nice backdrop from the thyme in there, but it's not super aggressive. We're gonna add a little oil to our pan. I'm using olive oil because I want that flavor in there. This is the kind of preparation you want to do for someone who's like, oh, I hate beets. It takes away that like dirt flavor that you sometimes get with beets and just makes it taste exactly what you want from a beet. So we're gonna take some, just a little bit to show you guys. Put a little salt on there. Another advantage of sous vide, it makes pickup time that much quicker. So we're plating our beets. We got our beets. They're not mushy. They're still al dente. They still have this like toothsomeness to it. Firm yet tender. The sous vide aspect of it just amps up the flavor all around. But this are sous vide beets. Enjoy, guys.
Can I hit pause?
Looking to up your cooking skills? Click subscribe for more delicious content where I break down techniques, dish out succulent tips to help you not just keep on eating, but encourage you to grow on.